Welcome to Countdown to Infinity, a Marvel's Avengers podcast. We talk all things Marvel Cinematic Universe, including the TV shows on Disney Plus and the movies. We're in a little bit of a break right now between releases. So we have been talking about some MCU news, and then we will take a fun quiz based on the MCU. So that's this episode. We're going to be talking about some news, and then we're going to take a fun quiz. Why are you giggling?
Because I thought... Okay, so when you were like saying we talk all things Marvel Cinematic Universe, including the T, I thought you were going to say like including the T.
Ooh, drama.
And then go into the drama.
We are going to talk a little bit about tea, drama. But before then, let's introduce ourselves.
Oh yeah, who are you?
My name's Emmanuel.
Oh, hi Emmanuel.
Hello. Who are you?
My name is Sophia.
Are you? How have
Do you come here often, or?
Okay, now we're just starting over. The whole pod is starting over with us meeting.
Our whole relationship.
We cut to a hospital. I'm born.
Okay.
That's how far ahead I want to start.
Okay, I get the joke now.
How are you enjoying kind of this break in MCU stuff?
I think we talked about this last time.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
I guess we don't have to talk about it every single
No,
week.
I mean, you already asked me.
Yeah.
It's fine. I think that it's like a mental break, you know, for me. So it's like not as like mentally
Taxing on you.
yeah, like I don't feel like I need to watch something right now, which
Yeah.
is nice because I don't have the time to watch something right
I've
now.
enjoyed being able to watch other stuff. Like
Yeah.
not Marvel stuff, because even though we enjoy it, you know, you have to make the decision to watch a Marvel show and
Over
spend an
something
hour
else.
doing that and
Yeah.
not something else. And I just watched John Wick tonight, and I was like, great movie.
Yeah. Ted Lasso's back.
Ted Lasso's
Shout
back.
out to Apple.
I think later on we'll be talking about
Yellow Jackets is
whether
back.
I think we'll need to see how Guardians does first.
Oh my God. See,
I think it's going to do really well.
I think it's going to hit me like a train after this mental break too.
That's in 2 months. That's in
and
May
then I'm going to go
already.
straight into that sobbing.
But I bring that up because this month, you know, I watched John Wick today.
Yeah.
I watched Scream earlier this month.
Okay, now
and
you're
Creed came out. I'm just bragging.
Now you're just bragging.
I'm bragging. No.
Yeah.
But Scream, Creed, and John Wick
Uh-huh.
all broke their franchise record this month. So
Uh-huh.
movies are back. People are watching movies like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The only movie to not do well in the box office this month in terms of large release was Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods, which is a DC film, but it's a superhero movie. And I think it's interesting how, you know, basically a lot of the big releases this month have worked really, really, really well, except for the superhero one.
Willy Willy.
I know. I was like slurring my words, and I don't want to like start to, you know, raise alarm bells around superhero movies yet, because
Oh my
again,
gosh.
Guardians will probably do really good.
Yes.
But what do you think about like the audience that goes to movies? Kind of, at least for Shazam and potentially other MC movies, just saying like, you know, we're good.
I feel like we also talked about this last
Did we?
time.
Yeah.
Because I think this came up because we were talking about the gaps in between the Marvel movies and how people
Yeah.
were kind of like, okay, like another superhero movie. But that's, I'm going to say what I think I said last time. And if not, like, please somebody, I'm sure you will DM me on my Twitter or whatever. But I feel like because of these breaks, people are going to get to miss superhero movies again.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So like, let's say like since we do have this gap between Quantumania and Guardians.
And we don't even know what's going to come out on Disney Plus because they have just straight up not told anyone.
Right. And we also talked about that because I mentioned like Loki and how I appreciated the series in between the flicks that have nothing to do with the flicks, but then eventually do have to do with the flicks because they all connect together. But I feel like I appreciate the series more because I don't have to like sit through a 3.5 hour long movie.
Yeah. You'd rather spend 7 hours across.
Yes, on
2
my
months, 3
on my
months.
couch. Yeah, no, but like they have, I mean, not as much quality as the movies do, obviously,
Wow.
because of the budget. But they're still really entertaining and they're done really, really well. So it's going to make a difference for me as a consumer, as a watcher, whatever you want to say, the audience, to just have that convenience of it just being at my house. But I do think that based on how many Marvel movies have come out and then also how many are projected to come out. I mean, maybe there's going to be a dip in the audience because, like, I mean, how often are you going to have, like, a MacGuffin in a movie, but just across every single Marvel movie? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
The amount of stuff we got did grow exponentially really quickly, too. It wasn't like they built up to having 8 things a year.
Right.
It went from 2 movies, or 3 movies to straight up there's a show every month. And then there's 3 movies still coming out. So
Right.
I think all that happening all at once is it was a big decision for them to kind of make that big a splash.
yeah.
And we'll have to see if, again, like later on this year, they're making this commitment to having less stuff. We'll have to see if it works out. And I only bring it up because it's going to be connected to some of the news we talk about. I mean, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania may not even cross $500 million, $500 million. Now, look, that is that's a lot of money. That's more money than... we've that's more money than I have in my bank account right now, but barely.
Okay, speak for yourself. I'm
my
just
God.
kidding. I'm totally kidding.
But it is not. I mean, the movies cost a lot of money too, and for a while, every Marvel movie overperformed, and so the fact that Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is potentially maybe one of the lower grossing movies.
Yeah.
I think is a thing that Disney notices for sure. So I think we'll have to see what they change and stuff to kind of bring people back to watching every movie in the theaters again. Because it didn't happen with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
I mean, now because so many storylines are overlapping,
Yeah.
to be totally frank, we're not going to get the same sensation that we got
Hard to follow.
for like Endgame, for instance. Like that's just
And I don't even count Guardian. Look, I know Guardian is going to do well.
Cardi B is going to do
It just doesn't count because it's James Gunn. It's and it's continuing the Guardians movie.
Yes.
This
Also,
is not
last
a brand
one,
new. Yeah.
right? So
Potentially
like
last.
potentially
so there's a lot
last
here.
one.
It's going to do well.
Yes.
So I think it's good, but it's like, is the Marvels that it's coming out later
Right.
on this, is that going to do okay?
But that's what I'm saying. Like what Disney is trying to do is like tie all of these storylines together,
Yeah.
similar to Endgame. Because with Kang and the Kang Dynasty, like all this shit is going. Excuse me. All this stuff is going to eventually hit the fan.
Yeah.
And they're gonna try to do an Endgame again, and I don't think it's gonna work out as strongly as Endgame
Yeah.
did before. Because that was the first time we had ever experienced anything like that.
And expectations are high.
Yes.
And maybe higher, which is crazy to think of.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about some of the other news. And look, we're not a gossip column, okay? This isn't Gossip
speak
Girl.
for yourself. No, I'm just
Extra,
kidding.
extra. Wait, what does Gossip Girl say? Kissy, kissy. What does she say? Extra, extra?
I'm sorry. Yes, she says kissy kissy.
Is it extra, extra? Or
No, she says kissy kissy.
No. What does she say
I promise
for reals?
it. XOXO.
XOXO. So we've got some pieces of news.
You have to say it sexy.
XOXO. But look, we're going to talk about some stuff because it's hard to ignore some of this news.
I hate you.
The biggest caveat we'll say is there's a lot still that we don't know. When we're talking about the news we're about to talk about. And it's very early on, and more will come out.
I wonder what it is.
But it's been a busy
kidding.
week and maybe the worst couple of weeks for Marvel ever. I'm not even joking. Like in terms of, and we're not even talking about movies, okay? We're talking about people that work on these movies.
Yeah.
But the first bit of news came out early last week, and that's the fact that Victoria Alonso, who had been at Marvel since Iron Man, Marvel
Yes.
Studios since Iron Man,
It's a jump.
one of the few OG producers at Marvel, was let go from Disney.
It's about that time.
I'm not even comfortable saying why because nobody knows
I mean,
that.
which reason do you want to say?
Well, and there's a crazy PR battle happening
Yes.
with her people and Disney's people. So I don't even think a lot of truth is coming out.
No.
I think a lot of people online immediately just blamed her for the visual effects because that was the department she was in charge of. But again, there's no like evidence of that at all.
No.
Disney also said she breached her contract. She promoted a movie for Amazon Prime because she had produced it and it was nominated for an Oscar. And she says that's, and her
like double
people are
dipping.
also saying that she is being targeted because she spoke out against Bob Chapek, the former CEO of Disney, over the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida. So there's all of this news. And again, it's all from PR people, so we don't even
So
know
you
what's
don't know,
true.
yeah, you don't know what to believe.
But I think we can talk about just the impact of someone that important at Marvel being gone, and the fact that she and Kevin Feige and Sarah Flynn, who did the casting, and just a handful of people kind of crafted Marvel. Do you think we're going to feel her absence just because one of the OGs producers at Marvel is gone, or do you think it's just going to be kind of a blip, and this is like they could just get new VFX people in there if they want to?
I mean, it's hard to say because like the product part of it doesn't necessarily come from her. Like there are so many people under her
Yeah.
that actually like apply their talents to visual effects. Like just because she's gone doesn't mean she took all of her templates with her. You know what I mean? Like they're still going to have like pretty high quality content.
The rumor was she greenlit every single effect scene. That's a lot of effect scenes. But you assume like anyone else can also
greenlight anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that means like, oh, the people that she has working on her team said it was okay, and so therefore technically she said it was okay, or if she legit, because we don't work there, like we wouldn't actually know.
And one of the craziest rumors are VFX artists who say that she was
overworking people,
being rude, and like almost even blacklisting visual effects companies that couldn't meet the expectations she had. But those are all just allegations because I don't know.
You don't know who's saying these things.
Who's saying that?
No. And then also I feel like because there is so many years that she has under her belt at Marvel. Like,
I think that's the biggest thing that's going to be missing for the studio.
And it's like it's very easy for people to have worked with her like 10 years ago to say like, oh my god, she was like the best, she did this, she did that, blah blah blah.
I bet her and Feige just would text each other and just be like very quick to make decisions together because they were there
totally
15 years, 16 years
for sure. And then people now are like, oh my gosh, she's the worst, you know what I mean? Like it just, there's so many sides to this, or to her, because there's so many people that I'm sure experienced working with her, and that doesn't mean it's going to be it's not going to be the same experience for everybody.
And this may all end up being a giant lawsuit. She's retained a great lawyer.
If it's not already.
Disney is saying that she's already breached contract by talking, just period. So we're going to learn more. And the other insane thing is the timing of this, because she has a book coming out at the end of the year. This was before she got let go. She has a book that she wrote that's coming out at the end of the year. The other big twist, it's coming out through Disney's publishing arm. So it's not going to be that mean to Disney, I don't think. And or she may not even release it. And if she wants to do a big tell-all that includes Disney, it may come out at a different publisher, but we'll keep you updated. Again, like we're only talking about this because this is one of the key people at Marvel Studios. Yeah. And we don't know what the effects will be or if there will be any. Okay, the next piece of news.
Can you imagine? No more effects now.
No more effects, all practical. And so the next piece of news is, I mean, I can't tell you how new this is. It's like literally from a couple days ago. And we're recording this, if you're listening to this much later, Sunday, March the 26th. I got a time to say that. And it is relating to an actor in the Marvel. Yeah.
Also, if you are sensitive to any like physical harm or stories of that, like please just
and we will not go into detail.
Just
But it is relation to a story surrounding Jonathan Majors, who obviously plays Kang the Conqueror, and we'll just touch briefly on it. Obviously, these are human beings that are involved.
Yes.
And they should be the focus, especially if there was some wrongdoing. But he was accused by his girlfriend over the weekend, alleging that there was domestic violence that happened one night. The police got involved, collected evidence, and arrested Jonathan Majors. This is so new. I don't think there's any reaction from Disney or Marvel or anything like that. Yet. Although I believe the Army started to pull his ads, so his commercials aren't playing right now. But obviously something that will impact the MCU in a big way if something, happens
If it continues to be,
I think it's like, we're talking about variants, so I think it'll be an easy, quick fix, to be honest with you, for them to recast. I think they will do it if they need to. Does that make sense? I don't think they're going to change the direction of the whole thing.
No.
But again, it's really early on and we don't know. And all of this is, allegations, and he's got a lawyer now, and everyone has a lawyer, and his team is saying that his girlfriend has already recanted the story, and they're presenting other evidence, but it's something we'll keep an eye on. And obviously, the most important thing is if there was something that went on that was wrong, that he is brought to justice.
Oh, for sure. And also
if
she
it happened,
is
allegedly. I gotta figure out how we cover our bases here. I think we just have to keep saying allegedly. Is that what we do?
I mean, I don't know.
Allegedly.
But I feel like she also needs to make sure that she is taken care of, or the public needs to make sure that she is taken care of, or however it's going to go, because I feel like a lot of times that's not what happens. So I hope that she's okay. If anything did happen.
Absolutely. I hope that no one's scared to tell the truth.
Right.
I guess is the big thing. Because, I'm not. Okay, cool. We'll keep an eye on that. All right.
And I'm sure everybody else will.
I know.
The whole internet has it.
I was conflicted even whether we're going to talk about it, and I'm glad we didn't talk about it too much, because the future of Marvel is not that important.
No,
Does that make sense?
No.
Especially to these people.
Yeah.
The worst case thing they'll do is recast him, and train's back on the tracks. Okay, but some of these people involved, it's going to affect their whole life for a long, long time.
Also, if you or anybody that you know need some sort of outlet to help in any sort of situations, please know that the National Domestic Violence Hotline's phone number, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They speak over 200 languages. The number is 800-799-7233.
Okay.
You can also text or chat online, anything that you may need.
Okay, so we are now going to take a BuzzFeed quiz. And because we haven't really had a new Disney Plus show in a while for Marvel.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. It's been months. We are going to talk about, the quiz we're taking is, if you were a Marvel Disney Plus show, which one would you be?
Ooh.
It's by I Am Groot, a community contributor. I really relate to the chaos of WandaVision. I guess before we take this quiz, is there a Disney Plus show that you hope you are?
Not
At this point, there's quite a few.
Not WandaVision, because that would be too real.
Too traumatic, yeah.
Loki would be really fun.
Loki would be fun. I think I would like to spend time with the Loki characters.
Or Moonlight would be really fun too. Moon Knight.
I don't want to spend time with Moon Knight.
I think it would be really, really insane.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really fun.
Hawkeye ended up being a pretty fun show.
Hawkeye was really cool.
I mean, remember Florence Pugh was in Hawkeye, which was
That's true.
fun. Made that show a lot more fun, I think.
Yeah,
But okay,
that's
let's
so
take
true.
the quiz.
Okay.
There's 8 questions. The first question, the TV is on. What are you watching? The answers are, I don't like TV. I'd rather watch a play.
You're right.
Would you be watching classic old movies? Would you watch a documentary? I just watched a documentary today about the Branch Davidians, the Waco cult stuff. Okay, would you watch a sitcom? Would you watch the news? Or would you watch Saturday morning cartoons? The TV is on. This is like a real question because the TV is on.
I feel like you would. I mean, I've seen you watching the news, old movies, and documentaries.
I'd rather watch a play.
Okay. Which one do you think I'm going to choose?
I think a sitcom for you.
Oh.
Or Saturday morning cartoons.
You know me so well, my child.
I mean, you don't want to watch. You want to watch the Waco documentary?
I don't think I want to watch the Waco documentary, but I think I watch a lot of animal documentaries.
So. I guess that if you're talking about like reality shows that document stuff, that makes sense because we've watched a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's like IRL stuff. Okay, I'm going to pick
now that we know what you're watching, what are you eating? This is a very important question because we do always eat when we watch.
Yes.
Is that a good habit or a bad habit? I don't know. Okay, so you have mochi. I don't think we've ever had mochi together.
Oh, not together. I've had it before.
Yeah, I've had it before too, but I haven't had it with
They
you.
have it across the street. They have a whole
Literally,
fridge
yeah.
filled with mochi. Okay.
Okay, we got to do that soon. Breakfast for dinner.
Yeah,
My
you love that.
favorite, dude. I love breakfast for dinner. You can have breakfast food anytime and it would be so satisfying. Okay. Steak, your favorite dinner.
I love it.
I know. Drinks, all right. And then pizza or pasta. Ooh.
What are you eating? Drinks. Damn, that's not healthy at all. Okay.
Well, I know what you're gonna pick, and you know what I'm gonna pick.
You're in the mochi. You eat it all the time, apparently. I'm just kidding. You're in the car. What are you listening to?
Ooh.
Are you listening to a podcast?
You.
Nursery rhymes? What? I guess if you have kids. Arctic Monkeys, Marvin Gaye,
Ooh.
pop rock, or top 100?
Oh shit. I think you're a podcast.
For sure.
What do you think I am?
Nursery rhymes.
Ew.
I think I would say for you pop rock because the other ones really don't make a ton of sense. Like top 100, I don't think you really listen to.
No.
Arctic Monkeys, I guess.
I do listen to Arctic
Yeah,
Monkeys,
but
and I do listen to Marvin Gaye,
But I think you'd rather pick something more general because pop rock includes a lot of songs. Does that make sense?
I mean, I guess.
Like you can do 90s or do that. It's a loophole. Good loophole.
Surprise! You get a plane ticket to anywhere in the world. Where you going? The answers are nowhere. I'd rather stay home. Who the fuck? What? Norway. Ooh, Louisiana. We haven't been to Norway or Louisiana together.
I guess technically we have been in Louisiana though. We stayed at a hotel there.
Okay, but that doesn't really
We
count.
didn't walk around, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
New York. We've been there. London. Or, South Africa.
South Africa.
Ooh, I feel like you would go for Africa because that's one of the continents.
I love South Africa, yeah.
You have not been to yet.
South Africa, FIFA World Cup.
Norway is gorgeous, though. And I've also never been to London. Dang. Been to Europe, just not London.
Okay. Choose a pet. A dog. We have one of those. A fish.
I also have
We've
one of
had
those.
that. A snake.
I've never had a snake.
A new puppy.
I've had
We've
that.
one of those. Or a cat.
I have two of those.
Or I don't want a pet.
How dare
It's
you?
not that one. I like that they separate dog and a new puppy.
Those are two very different things. Very different
You're
things.
going to pick cat, huh?
I don't know.
I think if you've ever had a puppy, you'll realize you would prefer not to have a puppy. Puppies are a lot of work.
I think that's what you're gonna go for. I think you're gonna go for a dog.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say not a new puppy though. Okay, what's next?
All right, you're bored. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go fishing, solve a puzzle, play with your dog, pull a prank on your sibling,
Yeah.
learn a new magic trick, or take a nap.
Okay. Play with your dog. You need to have chosen dog. I think you can't choose a different animal and pick that one.
I
That's
agree.
Messed up.
I agree. I think you either chose learn a new magic trick or play with your dog.
You don't
Or
think I
take-
want to solve a puzzle?
No, not when you're bored. No.
Okay.
Well, I guess does that count as playing video games, like solving a puzzle?
No, not really.
Oh,
No,
okay,
no,
well
no.
then no.
Your friends would say you are
Ooh.
loyal, serious, introverted, caring, charming, or creative.
Ooh. I think you want to be creative.
Yeah, I think I am creative.
Yeah, I think you're creative. What do you think I am?
Caring.
I knew you were going to say that shit.
All right, last question.
But you know what? I don't care. Just
Oh,
kidding.
so you're not caring.
What is most important to you? Family, approval, your job, friends, love, or your dreams?
My dreams. Family, approval, your job, friends, love, your dreams. Okay, I picked mine. My job.
Did you put... Did you put family?
Love.
Toretto.
Okay. It's calculating my results, and I got my show.
You got your show?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's no description on mine,
Okay.
but we did mention it early on.
Okay.
The show I got was Hawkeye.
Nice.
Yeah, and I just said that's a really fun show.
See, and I called this too.
What did you get? WandaVision?
I got WandaVision.
Wow.
And I was like, it would be too real. And you know what? It is.
Hawkeye and WandaVision. Those are the shows we are.
That makes a lot of sense, though.
Hopefully they'll add more shows to this
Oh,
when
for
the
sure.
new shows come out. Now that there's only like 2
I
coming
want
out.
to know what you would pick to get Moon Knight. Like
Probably
what
all kind of messed up stuff.
all
yeah.
the ones that are just don't make sense.
I thought all the family stuff would get you Miss Marvel or something, you know? Because
Oh, I
that's
could
a
see
show
that.
that's a little bit more about family. I don't know what you do for Loki other than puzzle.
The puzzle.
puzzle.
Solving
Okay.
a puzzle.
Well, let us know what show you think you are.
I picked
but
taking a nap.
For this week, we are done with this ep. Hopefully next week we have a lot more positive news to share with you.
Yes.
But until then, Sophia, what do you have to plug?
Just thank you everybody for listening to the pod and supporting us. That it goes a long way. I know I say it every single ep, but it's because it's true. We love you, and we just appreciate
and thanks
you.
for listening to a Marvel pod while there's no new Marvel stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we just appreciate the company and the love. And if you want to continue that support, please check us out on Patreon. Not just this Marvel pod, but every other show that's on the Delphin Pod Network. It's patreon.com/DelphinPod, DelphinPod. And you can contribute that way too. And if you want to follow me on any of my socials, you sure can. Everything's going to be @_simply Sophie, SOFIEE.
Thanks so much for listening to the pod. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye.